Ethan Wallace wasn't just another server at the Maple Leaf Bistro. Known for his warm smile and calm demeanor, he had a gift for making every customer feel valued, regardless of their status. To Ethan, every person deserved respect, whether they arrived in designer suits or casual hoodies. That Wednesday afternoon, the restaurant was unusually quiet. The faint sounds of classical piano music echoed through the air as the staff set tables and wiped down glasses. The soft chime of the entrance bell interrupted the stillness, and Ethan looked up to see a teenage boy enter, accompanied by two sharply dressed men. Though Ethan recognized Barron Trump, he treated him no differently from any other guest. "Welcome to the Maple Leaf Bistro. Table for one," Ethan greeted him warmly. Barron nodded and selected a corner booth near the window. Ethan guided him to the seat and handed over a menu. "Take your time," Ethan said with a smile. After scanning the menu quickly, Barron placed his order, a classic BLT sandwich and a lemonade. Ethan nodded and replied politely, "Coming right up." As he walked back toward the kitchen, Ethan was intercepted by his manager, Mr. Grayson. "Do you know who that is?" Grayson asked, his tone sharp. Ethan glanced over his shoulder at the booth. "No, sir. Should I?" "That's Barron Trump," Grayson hissed, lowering his voice. "And his father is—" "I know who his father is," Ethan interrupted gently. "Then you know how delicate this situation is," Grayson snapped. "Stick to the basics. No small talk. No unnecessary attention. And for heaven's sake, don't do anything that could make us look bad." Ethan nodded, keeping his frustration hidden. He prepared Barron's order and delivered it promptly. As he set the food down, Barron offered a quiet, "Thank you." Ethan returned the gesture with a smile and resumed his duties, keeping a watchful eye on the booth. As Barron prepared to leave, Ethan noticed something left behind on the seat, a wallet. Without hesitation, he called out, "Excuse me." "You forgot this." Barron turned, his expression briefly startled, as Ethan handed him the wallet. "Thank you," Barron said, sincerity in his voice. Ethan nodded and returned to work, feeling the piercing gaze of Grayson from across the room. That evening, as the rush died down, Grayson summoned Ethan to his office. "You're fired," Grayson announced coldly. "What? Why?" Ethan asked, stunned. "You broke protocol," Grayson replied sharply. "You could have jeopardized the restaurant's reputation." Ethan left the Maple Leaf Bistro that night, his heart heavy with disbelief and anger. The next morning, Ethan sat in his modest apartment, scrolling through job listings on his laptop. Each option felt uninspiring. Years of dedication at the Maple Leaf Bistro had ended in a flash, all for a trivial misunderstanding. As he prepared to close his laptop, his phone buzzed with an unknown number. "Hello," Ethan answered, expecting a telemarketer. "Is this Ethan Wallace?" a deep voice inquired. "Yes, this is him. May I ask who's calling?" "This is Donald Trump." Ethan froze, thinking it might be a prank. Mr. Trump?" "Yes," the voice confirmed. "My son Barron told me about what happened yesterday. He mentioned how you helped him when he left his wallet behind." "It wasn't a big deal, sir," Ethan stammered. "Anyone would have done the same." "Well, apparently not," Trump replied, his tone firm. "And I heard you were fired because of it. That's unacceptable." Ethan remained silent, unsure of how to respond. "You seem like a decent man, Ethan," Trump continued. "I don't tolerate people being punished for doing the right thing. I have a position available at one of my properties. Name the role, and it's yours." Ethan's thoughts raced. I don't know what to say, sir." "Say yes," Trump urged. "My assistant will contact you with the details." Before Ethan could reply, the line went dead. He sat in stunned silence, replaying the conversation in his head. Days later, Ethan stood outside the Trump International Hotel in Chicago, its grandeur unlike anything he'd ever seen. The towering building, with its sleek design and opulent interior, was a world away from the modest bistro he once called home. Inside, Ethan was warmly greeted by a receptionist. "Mr. Wallace, welcome. Mr. Trump has arranged a meeting with our executive team." In a conference room with floor-to-ceiling windows, Ethan met a panel of polished professionals. They asked about his background, skills, and ambitions. By the end of the meeting, Ethan was offered a managerial position in guest relations, complete with a generous salary that left him speechless. Over the next few months, Ethan thrived in his new role. The staff respected him, guests appreciated his attentiveness, and for the first time in years, he felt truly valued. One evening, he received an unexpected invitation, a private dinner with the Trump family. Nervous yet grateful, Ethan attended. Seated in an elegant dining room, Barron greeted him warmly. "Thank you," Barron said. "You didn't have to help me that day, but you did. My dad says people like you are rare." Donald Trump raised his glass. "To Ethan Wallace, a man who reminds us all that doing the right thing always matters." The applause around the table was loud, but Ethan's smile was quiet and heartfelt. He realized that one small act of kindness had forever changed the course of his life. And this brings us to the end of the story. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Have a wonderful day.